Hello, my creative friends. My name is Heather North. You can find me on Instagram at Heather's Creative Blessings. Today is Wednesday, March 10th, I think. I know it's Wednesday because I asked yesterday if it was Friday. It's not Friday. But we're on the downside, and it might be Friday before I load this video. Anyways, March 10th, 2021, and this is Flosstube number 16. So that means this will be my video mainly about what has been going on in my cross-stitching world. And I'm going to start with March Madness. So March Madness was created, that doesn't sound like the right word, but the brainchild or the collaboration with the Steel City Stitchers. So be sure and check out Steel City Stitchers for information on what they've done and kind of the way that March Madness works for cross stitching. Now I decided to change up how I'm going to do it, and what's really funny is after my video last week, I think I filmed on Wednesday and I think it was Friday or Saturday, I was watching Kea from Kea B, and she's doing her her March Madness in a very similar way. And so that was kind of exciting to know I wasn't the only one who was kind of changing it up and doing something a little bit different from the original idea. And my difference is that instead of doing 4 whips against 4 new starts, I wanted to take 8 to 10 of my whips that were really close to a finish and trying to get all of those to a finish and then decide from there which one I was going to fully finish. And maybe I'll do more than one, maybe not, but it takes some of the pressure out. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I did it that way, because I should have known before I started this video, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already have 5 finishes of those whips. So I'm really excited. I went through and pulled a couple more. I'm going to add in and try and get those close to a finish. And that way, when I start Stitch Mania in May, I will have, I think, an easier time with starting all the things. I still don't think I'll start a project a day. I'll probably start a project every 2 or 3 days. We'll see how it goes, but at least I'm closer to having a bunch of whips done. So is that all I wanted to say about that? I think so. The only thing I worked on besides March Madness was my Cross Stitch Nation. And this, I'm doing the top row of it, and here we go. Cross Stitch Nation by Heartstring Samplery. The top row with all of those flowers, what I'm trying to do is 1 flower and 1 leaf stem a night at least. And so I kind of finished my day by putting in some stitches in this sweet stitch. I'm doing the leaves and stems in Mountain Mist by Gentle Arts. And the flowers, it's a Weeks Dye Works color. Let me pull this. I think it's Charlotte's Pink, and I'm doing 1/2. And I got a lot of comments on Instagram on this little deer. Isn't that sweet? This is by Flamingo Toes. So, and the fabric is, I thought it was 32, but I think it might be 28 count by Fabric Flare. Yeah, so I have to do 13 is what I think it needs. So I only need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 4 more. So definitely by the end of the week, I'll be down into the words. And I think I'm going to do those words in Rum Raisin by Weeks Dye Works. I'm not 100% sure, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So I love this. And that's the only thing that's not March Madness, but it's still a whip because I started it. I think I started it at the end of last month. So this is a bag I made for my coming to America. If you haven't seen, oh, I'm gonna have to edit that out. Oops. Okay, so this whip is the one that's gonna take probably the longest to do this month if I make it to completion. But this is also a number on my whip go board. So it's Bringing Home the Tree by Little House Needleworks. And I'm using the called for colors, as far as I know. And it's on an opalescent fabric. 25 count Lugana Desert Irisy Opalescent Raw. So this is a Whip Go by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. She's the brainchild behind Whip Go. This is one of my numbers, is to get this entire thing complete. So whoops, see, that's why I put a T. Oh no, that's right. That's T for top. So I've added more of the green. I was just working on this morning before I came into video, and I decided to video while the girls are running around outside. My husband will be home soon to take care of them. But yeah, this is the top of the tree. Like I said, I did a few more of these greens, and I didn't work on this too much this week because I was so close to a finish on so many other things. So I was just seeing how many can I finish, and then this will be a concentrated thing for the rest of the month. At least an hour a day. I plan on stitching on that until it is done. The other whip I have, because I've got several that aren't finished, very close to finish. This should be done by this week. Let me close it up so the pattern's showing. But this is Sew by Row by Lori Holt. And I just have a little bit left on these fat quarter bundles to do. So my plan for this, so like the Stamp Nation, I guess I'm doing plans with this, but for the, not Stamp Nation, I belong to the Cross Stitch Nation. Go back old school for me. Is to do 1 flower, 1 leaf a day. This is to do 1 color of the fabric a day. So let me get down to the bottom. So you can see I was working on Mint last night, and I guess I fell asleep without finishing it. I got distracted. It's still in there. So yeah, I started on the Mint. Today will be the Mint. And there was 6 colors when I counted last, which might have been when I did this or when I finished I don't know if it's when I finished the pink or when I started the pink, but I had just 6 colors left. So definitely within a week, this will be done. And often what happens with me when I get really close, if I have time, I will just keep going until it's done. So when these things get this close, it feels like I stitch faster because I'm so close to the finish line. So that one is done. There's a lot of static in the air, and the dogs are shedding like crazy. This was my first finish of the month. I don't think this was finished when I filmed last week. This is the other number that was called for Whip Go. I had 2 projects on there. This is one of them, Thankful and Blessed. The other one is I Love Fall, and I'll show that in a little bit. This is by Shannon Christine Designs. And I think what I wrote down was this was a Thanksgiving, or I think it was a Thanksgiving freebie she did for her Facebook group. Or it might have been for her Ornament Club Facebook group. Anyways, I don't know if it's for sale or not, but I'm sure it will be if it isn't already, or it might still be a freebie on Facebook. I don't know. Do a little research. But I coffee tea dyed this fabric myself, and there's my finish. You may have seen it on Instagram. So this will be number 1 to vote on for which one gets fully finished for the March Madness. The only color change I did is this color on top was called for the bottom, but it was so close to the color of the fabric, the other color, that I switched it up. I put this on the bottom, and I think this is DMC 801 on the bottom. And I also did grits in place of 3865. Weeks Dye Works grits, I believe. I think the rest are the called for. This would be really cute with I really just liked the white pumpkins, but this would be really cute with an orange pumpkin as well. And you could change out the colors of the hearts. Anyways, that's number 1. I think I'm gonna hold this out so that we can vote on them. The second finish, very excited about. This is Stronger Together from Fat Quarter Shop. This was a fundraiser they did in February for Black History Month. They released 2 patterns and a quilt pattern as well. And then they're donated the money to UNCF. And I did the Stronger Together up here. And again, if you're on Instagram, Heather's Creative Blessings, I shared kind of a preview of how I am going to finish this because I hung it up on that board. I realized I can fit it in the clips. Ooh, ooh. Oopsies. So here is my Stronger Together. I did change the colors a little bit and I added a heart down here. This is Aqua Dyed Effects by Fabric Flare. That's the fabric I used. And let me, since it is a finish, I'll go over these colors. I used Gentle Arts Deep Ocean for that. It's not quite teal, it's darker than teal, but that dark blue green. I used Dinky Dye Silk and Natural for the white, and I did like the coverage on that. I was trying out silk for the first time, I believe, using that white to see how it would cover. And Bestitch Me Silk, I did Petal, that's the darker pink in the quilt block and the heart, and Weeks Dye Works Sophia Pink for the light pink. And I just charted that myself. I just thought it was really cute. So that, oh, sorry, a little bit of dog hair or cat hair. This will be number 2. We're gonna vote on him, or you're gonna vote on him, I hope. But this is Stronger Together. It's so exciting to have things done. Do you guys feel that way too? Get excited? I'm not so excited about the fully finished, but I'm excited that I have things to kind of check off. The next one is Thankful and... No, this is I Love Fall. Sorry. This is I Love Fall by Cherry Hill Stitchery. And I have it in my little Stitch Quarterly Pay pumpkin bag. I love this little needle minder. This, actually, I think I just finished this yesterday. Or maybe Monday. I took this, I had to go take the cats to the vet. And that means you're sitting outside waiting for them to get their shots and the vaccinations, and they call you and they finish up and then they bring the cats back out. And so there was a lot of waiting. And I think I did the colors that they called for, except I did change the colors of the wording to that Weeks Dye Works Rum Raisin. And that is, oopsies. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I did that in my Votes for Women piece, and I'm thinking about doing it for, what did I just show you? You guys are yelling at me, aren't you? Cross Stitch Nation. I really like it. It's a really dark, plummy purple. Almost reads as black, but not quite black. So, yeah. So that's gonna be number 3. Actually, this pairs up against something else. But anyways, this is, I don't know how to finish this one, so don't choose it. I'm just kidding. I'm really not sure how I'm going to finish this one. I'll look and see what I have, but that might wait anyways. So that's in the tier 2. You guys are going to choose it because I said that, aren't you? If you were like my children, you would. The next thing, and I'm going to figure out how to do a poll on Instagram and do a poll on these so you can vote there too. But the next thing is Stitches from the Heart. This was a freebie from Fat Quarter Shop. And I explained in a previous video why that's cut out, but I use the MPI silks, and I'm probably going to finish it very similar to how they did this, because I just love the rickrack on that pillow. So this one was just on some white Aida, and I finished that. This I did finish yesterday. I finished like 3 things yesterday. My husband said, oh, it looks like a quilt or a sewing thing. I'm like, yeah, that's why I love it. Okay, so that's Stitches from the Heart. It's weird, isn't it, to get excited? But oh my goodness, so many things are almost done. Ah. This one is Beach House from Country Cottage Needleworks. This was one I started last year for sure, and I loved it so much I kind of stitched it really slowly. It's one that I kept in the car and would stitch whenever I had some time where I'm just waiting in the car or the truck. And so I just love this. Pretty much used the called for colors. Again, I don't know how I'm going to finish that one. I am debating between framing it and doing the Priscilla's Stitching with the Housewives type of a finish. I will take that with me to town and see what I can figure out for that one. This is Winter Notes, and this is my last whip for the week. I didn't work on the Cozy Winter Wishes stitch along. I had done that on I did it on Monday or Tuesday last week before my last video, and I haven't done any more on that particular one because it's a little bit further from being done as well. But Winter Notes I did work on, and this is another one that should be finished this week. So here's Winter Notes. I basically have the rest of the snowbank and the words to put in and their faces and some buttons. So it has felt like it's closed for a long time, but there's these little stitches and the little, it just, when you're changing threads, at least for me, it seems like it takes longer to stitch. Ooh. Hold on. Thread fell out. But this is Winter Notes. I guess I should look at it before I show it to you guys. This is Winter Notes. So I have another row of vines to put down here too, and they're each holding something, so that'll hang off, and then the north wind doth blow. This is nice because it's just fill in. The rest of this down here is fill in, and then I'll add the words. And then that one will be done. So I think I'm gonna meet my goal to stitch everything that I had on there. Let me look at my March Madness. Bringing Home the Tree, Cozy Winter Wishes is probably, Bringing Home the Tree is paired up against Cozy Winter Wishes, and both of those are the furthest away from being done. The others should all be finished, and I'm going to pull out Quilty Love to go against the Beach House because that wasn't in my original plans for that. So yeah, those are my whips of the week and my finishes. And it feels so good. Let me show you. I keep track of this in my cross stitch journal. So these, and then I highlight them as I finish. So it's good to see these going down. And by the end of the year, I might only have 4 whips from 2020 that are carrying over. One of them is a really large one that's from way before 2020. And then I've got like the Glitter House Village series and the Snow Village series. It's one at a time, so I count each one as a finish, but the whole thing won't be done probably this year. But the rest, I might be able to finish depending on how much I start this year. I have some great ideas for some new starts. So, okay, what is next? Oh, this was an item. Oh, this is probably housekeeping. I should have shared last week. So I showed you this beautiful stand I got, and I called it R&R Woodworks Key, but it's R&R Woodworks KY for Kentucky because they're in Kentucky. So I called it the wrong thing. I'm sorry, you guys. And then on their Instagram account, They showed how to use this, and what you do is you actually start in the middle and wind your floss around to here, and then you cut it, which seems much easier than my way of like, I don't know, I don't want to get the scissors in there and nick the wood, but yeah. So they have some new pieces of wood that they're working with. Go ahead and check them out. R&R Woodworks KY, but Woodworks Ski Works too. So yeah, they've got lots of goodies there. I put that so that I would see it in the camera and remember, and I should have just put it in front of me. I'd probably remember better. I'm sorry, Rich and Roxanne, that I called you by the wrong name. Is that it? So now we could do Happy Mail. Okay, so I told you guys a couple weeks ago, I called Keepsakes in, I think it's Cincinnati, Ohio. It'll tell me here in a minute. And I asked them to kit this up for me. So this, I asked Stephanie if she would kit this up with the called for floss or whatever's close if they didn't have the called for. And 2 different 36 count linens. So I could try linens, and I'm covering up. This is a freebie from Hello from Liz Matthews in her newsletter. And I'm sorry, it's the lighting. It's an issue every week. So this is going to be something I'm starting. So I think it might have called for Brethren Blue by Gentle Arts, and that's really hard to find. Let me look and see. No, it was the Thread Gather Silk Ribbon in the colorway Slate Blue. So they sent me Classic Colorworks Tartan Plaid. Hard to see. Let me pull it out of this plastic. It's a color I love. And then they sent me these 2 fabrics. And they're both beautiful. They will both work. I think I might do the lighter of the 2. So let me share with you what it is. It's 36 count linen, FOAW. I don't know what that means. In the color Latte. And what's exciting is I can see these holes. You see? I can't. Short girl problems. And then the second one is, oh, I bet that's Fiber on a Whim. Again, 36 count linen, FOAW, Affogato. And I'm sorry, I probably pronounced that wrong. But there's this piece. I really like this. It has more, this has just a touch more brown, where this has a touch more, actually I can see green in it in this lighting. But I was gonna say a yellow green. And now that I opened it up fully. And the lighting here, this is what it does. It changes. Clouds roll through, they cover the sun, and then it's bright, and I'm like squinting. Oh, either one of these will work. You could do this on so many different things, but I asked Stephanie and the Keepsakes ladies to kit this up for me so that I could try out 36 count linen. So I'm excited to start that this week. And then the last thing, and I'm still under 30 minutes. This video might load and I don't have to edit. Oh, I shouldn't have said that before I was done. The last thing was an order from Denise at Goose Designs. And I asked her to do a pal for me to match this bag. I love this bag. And reach out to her. And so Denise actually gave me a pal for free. It didn't come with a pal. And I was like, oh, you don't have to do that. I don't know if I should share that, but Denise, thank you so much. She does such quality work, you guys. So her pals, it's stitched around here. This is for you to put your thread ring or a thread keep if you wanted to on there, or not. It could just be a cute decoration. You've got, this is the only part that's felt, wool felt, I think. Or this is the only part that's wool. And you can put your, it's meant for your needle. But again, just cute decoration. And then you keep your threads on here as you're going. And I told her, now that I started using that, I need that for every project bag, because then I can take the needles out and keep them in there and keep them threaded and keep them straight. So here's the bag. Look at the little hearts. This is, I believe, 2.5 inches square. So, and that's how far I start in. I stitch in hand, usually 2 to 2.5 inches. So you can put this on the corner and you'll know where to start. But it has her business card with her. Thank you so much. And then there's her information. And then the back, isn't this gorgeous? I just love it. She does a fantastic job, pays attention to detail. The zipper, nice zipper, easy to pull, zipper pull, and quality work. You can do special orders with her and she'll get them to you with the fabric that she has in stock. And she'll show you ones that are in stock and ready to ship. And right now her project bags are $25. And if you get a PAL with it, it's $35 total. I think the PALs separately are $13. And I know how to make these. I could make them myself, but oh, not my favorite thing to do. And she does such a good job that, yeah, I love ordering from her. And she gets some different fabrics that I've never seen this one before. So it's just kind of fun. And me, when I buy fabric, I tend to not just buy one thing or one little small thing. So it's probably best I stay away from buying fabric. Oh, but isn't that cute? So my love and Valentine's things will go in here. So that's all I have for this week. I would love for you to shout out your favorite of my finishes that you would like to see fully finished. So I'll show them again really quickly and just go ahead and comment. This is Beach House. This is Stitches from the Heart. This is I Love Fall. This is Stronger Together. The lighting in here, terrible. And this is Thankful and Blessed. So let me know which one of those is your favorite and which one you want to see move on to the next round. And make sure you're following me on Instagram at Heather's Creative Blessings. You can see I'll try and post as I finish these things, and I'll post a poll in my stories, I think is how I've seen other people do it. So that must be how it's done. I don't know if you can vote in the regular post, but if you know, let me know. In the meantime, if you like this video, you want to see more from me, make sure you subscribe or like the video or both. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.